Oh, it's just, as a rapper, sometimes you don't always, how should I put it? So people tend that to be a diss song. Let me just clear that. I think in my whole life I've done probably 2 diss songs.
You want to name them?
No. Most of the songs that I do at this point that people find to be diss, because if you listen to the song, what I'm saying is if you want a diss song, you need to come in, you need to humble yourself. Come, let's sit down, let's have a conversation, show respect. Because let's not lie to ourselves that if I should throw a jab at anybody specifically and go back and forth, I don't win, they win. So it's a conversation that you need to humble yourself, come with your team, let's sit down, find something and come and sort out so that we can really do it well. So this is not a diss song. I'm telling you that if you want a diss song, this is what's supposed to happen. Because if it happens, there's nobody that will go toe to toe that would make me gain anything at this point in my career, And I'm not saying no one is doing well. You could really have bars. You could be rapping well, like you are very good, you are dope, but it's just no worth the back and forth. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that after the song was dropped, a lot of people have attributed the lyrics in it to a lot of people. People have mentioned that some people said the part where he said, I'm sorry, my tree is not too good. They said that was referring to Asem. People have mentioned Bolje in here. And actually, he gave you a reply called a lullaby, and that people say that that's a reply to you. Before we go to that as well, people have said Shatawale. I've seen blogs say that Shatawale was also incited in that rap as Sub-Zero. Tell me why people would assume that this is a diss track and mention these names that I have mentioned.
Obviously, I'm not going to lie that when I did the record, I was expecting, conversations like that. To be specific, to mention names or say this and that, everybody that you mention are people that they are also doing music, they're doing well, God bless them. But it's if you make me be specific, it defeats the purpose of the record. Because what I'm saying is, if you want that specific one-on-one, I'm talking about you, you need to come and sort out. It's just as simple as that. You come with your team, you prepare yourself, come and sort. You don't just sit there and then expect a back and forth like that. Let's be realistic. If I do it, I will not gain, you gain. So the names they are putting out, those are comments. It comes back to what I'm saying. Comment doesn't define what I'm doing. Nothing is going to define what I'm doing. My decision is not based on what you're saying on Twitter. So the specifics, I can't tell you that this is to this or this one. No, but it's a fun reaction because in these times where people are locked down, they need stuff like this to take their minds off what is happening for a minute. Because if it's too intense, I know the virus is real, but I believe in faith and fear. So sometimes the faith is needed, and then when you have to have faith, you need to take your mind off certain things to be able to unwind that. So this is basically for that. So the conversation is going on. It's not realistic. It's just people having fun on Twitter.
Now, people also think that the timing for the song is wrong. The vibe is not right. And like you're saying, a lot of people are beginning to read meanings as to who is he talking about, who is he saying this to, and it's causing a lot of word battle, if there's a word like that, on Twitter, on social media, and people are trying to read meanings into this. So people think that, in this time when we have COVID-19, there's not a time to drop a song like this.
Because there's nothing. It's back to what I'm saying. I think you're missing my point. It's about how you want to see it, because how I see it is different. It's not. We're in the music industry. If I came out to tweet about it or I did an interview talking about it, that means that's like an agenda or something. This is music, and in this COVID-19, everybody has to do their work. We can advocate for, the information that people have to hear and all that, which is very necessary. But I don't think I have the right info more than the health practitioners, which is their job. So when they put that, sometimes we put the message across, but as entertainers, we still don't have to stop working. There's COVID-19 happening, but you're still at work right now because you have to work and people. So as Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stonebwoy, whoever that's doing music, it doesn't stop, because this is the point that they actually needed to stay home. So our quota could be, giving back physically, giving them stuff, and then also entertaining them so that they don't think. I watched a documentary where I think there's a hospital that invited musicians to come and play for the patients, because it takes their mind off what they are going through, and mentally it helps them. It's their psyche. So entertainment is, I hate it when people see our job as fun or like hobby. This is a serious job. I'm an artist, and in these times we need these things. The behind the hits really help. People were looking forward to it, so it helps with the mind. I think Shatawale did a live concert, which also beautiful because that takes your mind off, what is happening. Then you watch him because you can't get the chance to go meet him at this point. You can have a show, so that's also good. I see a lot of artists doing stuff, especially in the States. I see Tory Lanez having a quarantine radio live. It's beautiful because we are artists. As much as we want to also panic, we have a job to entertain. So I think we're just still working.
So you don't agree with that school of thought that it's wrong timing for Sub-Zero?
That school of thought is part of the whole conversation that's taking your mind off you being the COVID-19 you need to think about, which also helps. So it's not, I know how they're trying to change the narrative to say, I don't care, because if you're giving back, it's different. What I'm doing towards COVID-19, anybody who's commented, I might not be even doing that. But the entertainment goes on because as musicians, these times, as I said, it's very necessary that people take their minds off and still be entertained. Can you imagine this happening and then YouTube shuts down, no artist can sing, nothing? Everybody is like, seriously, the death rate might even go up. So it's not a bad timing. It's just you have to know that I'm an artist, I'm a musician, my fellow artists are artists, and this is our job at this point.
Now, yesterday, after having a conversation with Shatawale, I drew his attention to how blogs had written that your song Sub-Zero was targeted at him, including some others. And he made some response that you reacted to on Twitter. First off, I need to ask, was that your reaction? I saw it on your page, but I still live in disbelief. Was that your reaction?
Yes. My Twitter is, I handle my Twitter myself.
And you people think that the choice of words weren't appropriate.
Can you remember what I've been saying? Again, you don't tell me what I have to tweet. So it's just in serious times where sometimes maybe you want to make fun of a situation that's happening, or maybe still put feelings into it. You can't tell me what I have to say. You get it?
And later on, we had a live video from him where he went on talking about, issues about he being stern and saying that he will beat you when you find. I don't know if you've seen that. Do you feel your life is in danger with all the things that he said?
I just woke up. I'll check on. Where is it? Is it Twitter?
So you haven't seen it yet?
No, like for yesterday, there's something that is going on here that I can't disclose. But I'm not. When I come on Twitter, I come to tweet. I'm not trying to check what people are saying. But this, like today, I think I do have time. I'll have time on social media. But I don't know. I've not really watched it.
So should we expect a tweet from you after you've seen all those comments?
My reaction is based on how I feel. It's not what people expect. So,
what's the relationship with you and Shatawale as we speak?
I know the conversation is that place is very necessary for you. I know it's a traffic starter, but I've been asked so much that I'm getting tired of it. It's a conversation that's always people want to have. It's just getting bored.
Actually, I'm asking because of what happened yesterday and your response via Twitter.
Everybody in the media knows. Just that the question incites, whatever. The energy. This is the energy that you would want to push. But I think obviously people know that it's not like me and Shatawale are hanging out or going to the club or talking to each other. I don't think people are naive to that. So it's a question that keeps coming. It gets boring when we have to always talk about it.
Well, we